Now I have a video, a message for you today. When I say you, I mean me too, because as I'm writing, meditating, reflecting on what I'm about to be saying, I find it not only valuable but also comical, because of the irony in it. And so I want to share it. Now, somebody today asked me to give you a little context before we get into the meat and potatoes. That, hey man, are you still vegetarian? And I said, well, I don't eat meat. I don't call myself a vegetarian. I don't identify with being a vegetarian. But I don't eat meat. So you can call me that if you want. If I fit whatever that means to you. And, not to make this about me, but I made a vow not to eat meat. And simply because I like to feel light. There's no aversion to meat. I used to eat a lot of it. And so people that eat it, great. You do your thing, you know what I mean? Heaven is not restricted to vegetarians. It's much better to be aware and awake and alive and enlightened and eat meat than to piously avoid it, is not spiritual, be a vegetarian and still be limited by the belief that the power is in the meat. Because we really want to understand that, hey, I am only subject to what I hold in mind. And therefore, if I believe that this is good or bad, then it is so, as it says in the Bible. As you believe, so it shall be done unto you. So we want to purge, as said in the last video. Purification really means purifying the mind of its illusions, namely attachments. Attachments to limiting beliefs that say, hey, this physical substance has power over me. And it's funny because my buddy who asked me this, are you still a vegetarian? He was telling me how he just ate Burger King and how it used to affect him. But he ate it and he felt great. Because he's overcame that limiting belief system within himself that says, hey, this physical substance has power over me. We don't want to project that outside of us. Because the life essence I feel myself getting excited. So calm down a little bit. Meat has a very grounding effect. And like I said, I tend not to be a man of attachments or aversions or likes and dislikes and preferences. But if I had to say, I prefer to be light at heart, light in body. Because the less you are a body, the less you're affected by the undulations, the ups and downs of life, the flux. Because it's really only the physical and mental bodies that are affected by the ups and downs. And so the more light you are, the less you're affected by the world around. And you don't project your inner power outside to anything physical. And therefore, hey, I realize that I can eat meat and not be affected by it. There's no aversion to it, like I said. But I made a vow, I made a commitment, not to make it about me, to not eat it. And so I don't. Because I made that definite decision, that choice. And I follow through with it. And I only say this to say, hey, don't make it about the physical. Don't make it about... Because we want to understand again that purification is purification of the mind's illusions. And therefore, to overly focus on the body is missing the point entirely, is missing the truth entirely. Because the truth, true asceticism, is strict adherence to truth. And truth is of the spirit, not of the body. as said Christ Jesus. Walk in the Spirit, not in the flesh. We don't want to neglect the flesh, but we certainly don't want to identify with it and thus be limited by it. We want to understand that more power lies in the mind, and that the body is only subject to what is held in mind. Any lion knows that the body is meat. So you eat meat, it's transformed into human being, into the body. There's no problem. Like I said, it has that powerful grounding effect. Nobody can deny this. But we don't want to be averse to this, to anything in physical existence. You want to understand that everything manifests in this physical world around us is an expression of the life essence of spirit. And when the spirit builds up within us, we see it reflected in the world around us. Everything has an intrinsic spiritual quality, and thus you perceive essence. You don't judge a book by its cover. You don't see only the surface, because you see the actual essence of a thing. As I speak now, it's not necessarily about the words being spoken, but the place they come from within. What is the essence which is infused in the words and thus transmitted via osmosis to all who hear this and listen? And we want to simultaneously be not only a good listener, but also a good sharer. They go together. You can't have one without the other. It's like giving and receiving. Giving and receiving are one. There is no separation. Same thing with listening and sharing. You don't want to be a very good listener and have nothing to say, but also you don't want to be the one always talking and not be able to really feel, really hear what somebody else is saying, what place it comes from within them. Imagine if you could be there simply sitting with your eyes closed, but still deeply feel what's going on within everything around you. Say you're sitting next to somebody in church and you literally feel within yourself, we could say in the very cells of your being, of your body, which is an expression of your being. You literally feel in your cells their every thought, their every emotion. You feel what's going on within them, as if there is no separation. I say as if, but really there is no separation, because you can embody that spiritual sensitivity, where you feel that profound sense of connectivity, where everything going on around you, you feel, you actually witness it as going on within yourself. And that's really the place that this video comes from. To purge the mind of every seeming limitation, of illusion, of the belief in separation. And I trust you'll find it valuable. And like I do, comical. Because I was sitting down writing and I'm thinking about sharing and I'm laughing as I'm writing down how I used to be serious, like a serious vegetarian. Like, no, I can't eat meat because it's bad for me. And had a bunch of self-imposed limitations in the mind that told me, hey, you can't eat meat because it'll have this effect, and again, projecting your power onto something external, not realizing that all power comes from within, and therefore really nobody can impart power to you. They can share it with you from within their own being, but it's only the degree of your receptivity that you receive their life energy that they intentionally want to share with you. It's to the degree that you're open to this energy and you receive it wholeheartedly, believe and receive, that they can share their power with you. But fundamentally, again, it all comes from within. And any physical substance that we ingest, there being meat or vegetables or fruit, we want to understand this, that it's simply feeding that fire within us, the light, allowing this physical existence to carry on and be of service, to share this life essence with all the world around us. There is no identification with the flesh. Whether the body continues on, that's irrelevant, because I'm simply an eternal servant. I say I, but I mean you too, again, looping back to the beginning of the video. What is that within us which is beyond all beginnings and endings, beyond birth and death, beyond all comings and goings? What is that within us which is eternal, that is never affected by anything that is physical, that transcends the material world and any beliefs about it that distract oneself from one's true essence, from their infinite being that knows no limitations? Again, overly focusing on the body is a distraction of thinking, hey, I need to go through all these physical purifications and rid the body of toxins and poisons and whatever else. That's a distraction. That's missing the point. That's missing the truth. Again, we want to understand that more power lies in the mind than in the body. And that the body is simply an expression of the mind. That I'm only subject to what I hold in mind. And when you really understand this, your awareness becomes inwardly focused. You become very conscious of the thought process and thus purge any limiting beliefs. And it's a joyous process. There needs be no resistance. If anything is cycling up, if negativity or lower level energies is cycling up, allow it to be. Don't resist it. Simply be the witness of it. Because it's a purification process. You're purifying the mind as this energy cycles up. And as you do, you become lighter and lighter, and happier. As you free yourself of mental attachments and negative beliefs, you become that which you are, that which you truly are, that which I am. Same I am. That I am. And this stuff can't be planned. As you can tell, this video is not planned. as I'm about to hit the stop button, I just thank the Lord for another day, for allowing me to share today. And I thank you for watching till the end, and your willingness to be open to what that which is within has to say today, the only day. God bless. Continue to be of service, whatever that is, whatever that means to you. Continue to free yourself of attachments. Simply the willingness to surrender ever more deeply, surrender all negativity, all limiting beliefs and opinions and premises and attachments and mental illusions, the willingness to allow this process to unfold within you. You'll become ever more free and eternally happy. And you'll be able to share this energy with all of humanity. What a blessing it is. So again, I thank you for being the witness to this. God bless.